Yahoo Esports Live is brought to you by Reese's Puffs.
Welcome, friends, to week 2 of Yahoo Esports Live. I'm Mark Zimmerman, and this week we'll take a look at the teaser for the new LoL champion, Origin's roster problems, and Mark Merrill's account-sharing stumble. Later on, Team Liquid's coach, Locodoco, will be stopping by to join us. Late Night League is coming to you right now. This week, we had some wild and woodsy news highlights. As I'm sure most of you have heard, Riot released a teaser for their next champ. He's some kind of jungle-loving hippie Trent thing, and there's been speculation about what he does exactly. Does he make bushes? Can he talk to jungle camps to get XP? Is he even a jungler? And I honestly can't pretend to care about this guy. He's not gonna be at Worlds, so he's just gonna have to wait a small moment for his time to shine. Moving on, Team Origin seems to be having some roster problems. Rumors are circulating that some of the team members may want to leave the team, and management might be looking to replace some of the others. I'm sorry, how is this any different than any team that failed to make Worlds? Teams and players should always be evaluating their options in the offseason. That's the whole point of it. It would actually be way more of a news story if it read, Origin content with relegations, looking to keep the entire roster. Finally, the juiciest news story was that there was a report that broke that Mark Merrill was account sharing back in Season 2. He lent friend and known Elo booster an account for, from my understanding, 1 day in order to queue together. For context, back then it was estimated in a report I've completely fabricated that 90% of pro players were engaged in Elo boosting or account sharing. To make amends for his reprehensible behavior, Mark Merrill fined himself $10K and donated it to charity. It's a step in the right direction, but I don't think it's going far enough. Figureheads in the community have been unjustly acquiring Elo since the beginning of competitive league. Multiple team owners queue with their players. And is that not some form of Elo boosting? Can you really say no to the man who's writing your checks? Team Liquid owner Steve Aronset shamelessly begged his players to duo queue with him. And many speculate that's the main reason he acquired Piglet, as NA Talent was no longer able to carry him through the ranks. I'm offended, I'm outraged, and I demand a public apology to the community. I need a minute to cool off, but we'll have some big news when we come back, coming your way in a second. Whew. It's time to introduce my co-host for the rest of the news. You can think of him as a skinny, better bearded Travis. Welcome to the show, Taylor Cock.
Hi, I'm happy to be here, and a little confused by the Travis comparison, considering that this thing is just like
it's
so
not,
much
it's
more
not
luscious.
patchwork.
Yeah,
he's got a very patchy. Needs some more of that Chia Pet stuff on there to finish it out.
Maybe a comb.
Something. He's got to do something. And joining us alongside Taylor is a special drop-in, Yahoo's head of esports operations, Hunter Leigh. How are you doing?
I'm excellent. It's great to be here.
Yeah, I mean, you're not in the area anymore, right? You
I
came
am not.
special for this?
I moved back up to San Francisco after leaving Riot, but I came down, flew in late last night just to be on the show.
It's such an honor to have you here.
It is a privilege. It's a privilege for me.
I sincerely doubt that. So, Hunter, you are specifically here to announce something new that is coming to Yahoo in partnerships with Riot and their collegiate League of Legends plans. What are we all here for?
That's right. So this November, we're going to be debuting ULOL Rivalries by Yahoo Esports. It's a partnership with Riot, as you said, specifically in the collegiate department. What we've done with them is we've come up with 12 big-time famous collegiate rivals, and we're letting the fans vote on which 5 of those they'd like to see battle it out on the Rift. So right now, Go Bears.
Go Bears.
Yeah, right now, live, right now on Yahoo Esports, you can go and vote for your favorite rivalry, whether that's Cal Stanford or USC UCLA or Hale Yarvard.
Yarvard.
Oh, I like that. Yes.
Yale Harvard.
Is that how it's pronounced
whatever.
in the olden times?
Yeah.
Yarvard.
So you guys vote. You pick the 5 that you care the most about. Vote once a day, share to get extra votes. So vote early, vote often. And then we're going to bring viewing events, sort of bring esports to campus. And that's the thing I'm really excited about this series, is that it's hard. You know, esports is a pretty static thing. League is in LA like almost all the time. Esports doesn't travel all that much. We're going to be focused on bringing esports to people. So if your rivalry wins, if your campus wins, we will be live on site, famous people, alumni maybe, doing
like
a viewing
truly.
party. Yeah, like yours truly.
Oh boy.
Not yours
Can't
truly.
wait for Taylor Cox to come to my campus.
Yeah, no.
Is there anything for RIT?
No. Do you have a rival?
I don't think so. Just ourselves.
Yourselves.
We just struggle daily.
Yeah. Sleep. So No, but I think we're really excited to sort of get on campus. There's tons of passionate collegiate fans. This is a huge group of players that haven't had the opportunity to really have esports there.
So you said it's live right now?
Yeah,
so people should just stop watching right now and just go to Yahoo.
Please don't stop watching.
Hopefully have 2 monitors open on the other one,
okay.
or they talk about a second screen experience. Get your phone out. You can vote on mobile, whatever it is.
Oh, okay. Is this something that's going to be expanded upon in the future, do you know? Or because right now it's just for the 12 teams that people vote on, right?
Yeah. So 12 teams to vote. 5 actually win. Sort of the top five will win kind of the campus viewing experience, grud match, rivalry match. And then we don't know. So rivalries we think is a great opportunity for esports, whether that's East Coast, West Coast, and fighting games, or NAEU or whatever. So we'll be looking ahead into next year and looking for some great rivalries that we can bring to people.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool to get it to more than just like these big college campuses. Because like I know on for example, RIT, very technical school,
Sure.
a lot of gamers there, but they don't have like this big alumni fan base who's like crazy about their school.
Yeah, and as much as I'm sympathetic to the RIT alumni out there, we're going big for this one.
But like this is really cool because it's like our college game day. And like college game day is such a huge thing for college football, and as a huge college football fan, like I'm really excited to see this sort of start to come into esports.
Yeah.
And my big question for you is when we're predicting the teams, who's going to wear the big hat, the big college game day style?
Yeah, I don't know.
name?
So I
the
am really looking forward to face painting or chest painting, cheering. We'll
Some
see
good
about
signs.
sort of like how drunken hooligans.
I was about to say
college-
drinking should be
well,
the
I mean,
big
I don't
one.
know. So
We
I
can't
think that's going to
endorse
vary
that.
some from college to college. But what I do think is all of that energy, all of that passion. This will be a great way for people to support their teams.
Right. Exciting stuff, Hunter. Thank you for joining us and dropping some science on us with that information. But now it's time to move on to a segment where we break down some little gameplay in a little thing that we call hindsight. It's the calm before the storm of worlds, so there isn't any new pro action to break down, really. So this week on Hindsight, we have a little fun and look at the scrim-deciding fight between TSM and SKT. I want to start by pointing out the game circumstance that we're currently in. The gold is pretty much even, the items are relatively close, but TSM is still behind in terms of map pressure. What you're going to notice first is that their bot inhib is down, and Duke is down there on Yasuo, still split pushing. The big problem with this is the fact that Hanster on Gnar does not have TP to match him, so they need to do something about this pressure on the bot side of the map. TSM try to force a fight to bait out the TP, and they do so successfully. As soon as this TP comes in, they make the good decision to back off and get ready to deal with the next situation, which is that they need to go back and deal with those super minion waves in a second. The problem with that is that if they actually decide to back out and push out these waves, during that time, SKT is basically going to get a free Baron. If they give up the Baron against Azir Jhin, the game's pretty much over as they'll just siege down the next couple inhibs and inhib turrets. So TSM goes for a riskier play of forcing the Baron and hopefully getting a fight off it. I personally like this decision, and we got to see how it plays out for them. There's one big problem that comes into this fight, and it's the fact that Bjergsen doesn't have any summoners. So instead of positioning with the rest of his team in the pit, he's actually going to path out this way away from his team. Now, it's hard to fault him for not wanting to be in the pit on an immobile mage like Malzahar with no summoners up, but it's going to hurt them in the long run. What's going to happen is Blank's going to go in for the Miracle Steal by himself, and you're going to see him go into the pit, and Hanster's going to be able to drop an ult on top of him and try to burst down Blank, but you see, he's so low. If they had just a little bit more damage, maybe from a Malzahar, they might be able to finish him. But instead, he's going to barely flash out and just get out of the fight. This is going to be important for one big reason, and it's because after you see Biofrost try and save Doublelift, he takes a spear that came straight from Blank and dings him right there and takes him basically from half health to dead. This is one of the biggest problems in this fight, is the fact that they can't actually melt frontline. If TSM was able to kill the front line of SKT, deal with Wolf, deal with Duke, and have finished off Blank already, they can probably win this fight in the game. Instead, Doublelift gets chunked, and Yasuo is going to be able to start cleaning up a lot of kills here, as Doublelift doesn't live as long as he should. The rest of the fight goes pretty poor, as Faker and Bang were pretty much untouched, and if the Azir and Jhin are doing free damage throughout the course of the fight, they're not going to win it. TSM showed some good decision-making, but some slight misplays in this team fight cost them the game. TSM will need to clean up these things a little bit if they want to be able to beat the best teams in the world in scrims. After the break, we'll be talking to a certain former TSM staff member. All you people, please come back and join us then.
You either love the chocolatey, peanut buttery deliciousness of Reese's Puff cereal, or you adopted a pet monkey who slaps you every time you try to eat them. Reese's Puffs. You either love them or you're wrong.
Who is this?
She's Haru, our dog. Husky puppy. 6 weeks old.
You own her?
Yeah.
Is it like a CLG house dog or?
More like personal dog, but she's like kind of CLG dog because people love her, and she's like in some of our like commercial shoot.
Does she live at the house?
No, she lives with my girlfriend.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Late Night League is back, brought to you by Reese's Puffs. Now it is time to get to today's guest. He is an online favorite and the current coach of Team Liquid. Twitch chat, please spam some emotes in welcoming Yoonsup Locodoco Choi to the show. Hey, Loco. How are you doing today, friend?
I'm good. How about you?
Pretty good. I had an interesting encounter with you last night.
That sounds weird. Don't make it sound weirder
It was weird, but not in that way. I want to start by congratulating you because you did something I could never do. I worked so hard during my time working at Curse and Team Liquid trying to break the 4th curse, and I always failed at like the last possible step. Like we just would miss worlds just barely. And that's why I'm so happy because you succeeded where I failed by failing even harder than me. You managed to break the curse of 4th by getting 5th. It was so genius. I never thought of doing that.
Mike, you gotta be nice to our guest, man. He came here, he's willing to give us his time.
Oh, that's nice on like Mark level.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
definitely a lot.
I mean, you're not going to get much better out of me. Like, it's a very backhanded compliment, but there's still a little compliment in there. Just to kick things off, the most kind of topical thing. What are your thoughts on Worlds? You have anything you're looking forward to?
I really want to see how well NA does this year. I think C9, TSM, and CLG are. This is probably the best 3 teams we've ever sent to Worlds, and I think TSM especially can go far. I think their group draw wasn't as favorable as it could be, but if you have a hard group and you get first in that hard group, you have a really, really good chance of getting out of quarters and then having an NA team in semis, and then maybe they could even make finals, who knows.
You said best 3 teams. Do you feel like CLG was a better representative than Immortals, or?
I feel like Immortals was breaking apart towards the end, and CLG always has that teamwork thing going, and I do think we sent the best 3 teams.
Oh, okay. I think a lot of people might say otherwise, but it's good to hear that. Like, I think CLG going was fine because they're so good. Like you said, the teamwork thing, they play well on stage. So I think sending them was good overall.
I mean, with the amount of like, it seems there's a little bit of a lack of top lane talent at Worlds. Obviously, we have Smeb there. That helps. But I mean, don't you think that like perhaps having a really strong top laner like Kuni would have really been nice for representing at NA?
So top lane individual laning does matter a lot, and I actually haven't kept up with the competitive side of the game for patch 6.18, so I'm not sure how much it mattered. But on 6.15, especially with the no lane swap changes, bot lane dominance mattered more and more so. Sure. So I didn't think like not having strong top is that important.
But it's been interesting because I've been watching a lot of Korea the last few weeks, and they've been talking a lot about the junglers have been actually looking top a lot more than I would have anticipated. So it is interesting to see sort of like why aren't we seeing more? What is the deal with the lack of top laners in the competitive scene right now?
Well, I don't think it's really a meta thing where like meta is top oriented and all of a sudden solo queue players start playing a lot more top than like bottom laners, and then like you start picking up more top lane talent.
Sure.
to be really, really good at top lane, you have to play versus really, really good top laners.
Yeah.
Like the little things you learn, like, oh, this person trades like this person controls waves this way, and they back on this wave and they teleport back. Or they set up waves really well for a gank. You never actually really learn that until you have it done to you. So unless you play versus good top laners and you constantly get shit on, it's really hard to improve. And for NA, like the way Huni and Reignover played, I mean, just talking about Huni, I'm not talking about Huni, I talk about Huni and Reignover together
course.
because they
They're
play
the same.
really, really cohesively. And Huni doesn't, I wouldn't say has like the best lane control and best mastery of top lane, but he has really, really good synergy with Reignover, and they know how to work together to abuse someone. And in Korea, there's a lot of individually skilled top laners.
Right.
Now, there's one other kind of topical issue that I know you probably don't want to comment on it, but I just figure if I don't say something, it'll just seem like we're dodging the question. It's the Dardoch stuff. It's been blowing up on Reddit a ton recently. Do you have anything you want to say, or just not right now?
I don't think this is the best platform, so I'll do a no comment, and we can talk about it some other time.
Yeah, I agree. I just had to put it out there because I feel like otherwise it'd be, oh, we're dodging the question.
Yeah, we don't want Twitch chat on our case.
Yeah. Oh God, the Reddit detectives or
Oh, yes,
something.
that'd be bad.
So you've done a lot in the league scene, pro player back in the day, coach, content creator. What was your favorite of those careers that you've done?
Nothing beats playing on stage. Playing on stage, like working really hard for something and being able to show for it or not show for it, like it's a lot more emotionally crushing and like emotionally rewarding.
Yeah, I am familiar with the reverse sweep.
So like I feel like as a player, like your range of emotion can go from like a 1 and a 10, and as a coach, it can probably only go for like a 8 and a 2, and then as a content creator, probably like 7 and a 3. So like
3. Permanent 3 for me. It doesn't. I'm just waiting to get on with my life.
it's not like coaches and content creators don't put as much work and passion into their craft. It's just as a player, it's like a lot more rewarding and a lot more soul crushing too.
Do you enjoy having moved on from that soul crushing part of your life? Because like you said, players spend like 12 to 16 hours a day. It's like literally all they do. They're often shunned from like having girlfriends and social lives. You're a very social person. Like you like meeting people and talking with them. Are you glad to have moved on from that part from being a player, even if it doesn't have the highs?
I mean, whenever a new game comes out, Overwatch, Hearthstone, Dota 2, I think about playing again. Whenever I win a lot of games on solo queue, I think about playing again.
You beat some random like Diamond 2 scrubs and you're like, yeah, I'll be pro again.
Yeah, why not?
But being pro, it takes a lot of commitment and a lot of sacrifice out of your life. When you're a lot younger, there's not much to sacrifice, to be honest. But as you get older and you build better relationships and you spend time elsewhere, it's a lot of sacrifice to go back to being pro. So I don't think I'll ever be pro again, and I'm pretty happy with where I'm at.
Do you think?
No, you're saying you're not gonna go pro in Overwatch anytime soon.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure that's the only hang-up, is
Yeah,
his
exactly.
decision.
Yeah, of course.
Do you think that's kind of why you see more players burn out in a sense? It's not like their mechanics go because they're too old, or it's just that like they want to move on with their life.
No, I think the structure sucks. So
Yeah.
for football players, soccer players, or anything outside of League of Legends, like CSGO players play till what, they're like 30, 35. And like in physical sports, if you can play till you're 40, why can't you do that in a mental sport? It makes no sense. I think as structure gets better, players will have longer and longer careers. You'll see players being on top of their game at like 35, like 40. It's been done before. In StarCraft 2, there's been players that on top of their game winning tournaments past 30. So I think once better structure develops and there's more support for players, people will burn out less. But right now, it's just grind scrims, grind solo queue, be under emotional stress all the time. So of course you are gonna burn out.
And you've coached now 2 teams, TL and TSM. Have you seen some progression in structure in that way, where teams are getting better about it as you've kind of grown with the scene, or?
I mean, I've been playing since forever.
Well, that too, yeah.
So I've seen structure grow momentous, like a lot. Just structure is always growing. Teams are providing more support. And one thing that's happening more and more are structure is being more specialized. Now it's not, okay, here's a mega coach that's going to do everything.
Right.
So you do this part of the game, you do this aspect of life, you do health, blah, blah, blah. So people can be more talented in certain areas and they can bring that to the table instead of one person being expected to do everything. And to be honest, it's really, really hard to be good at everything in terms of supporting a player or coaching a player.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things that people got wrong for a while was just like, oh, we'll hire this guy, he's going to be our coach, and he'll run everything, and it's just a little infeasible. Anyways, Loco, it's great having you on the show, and I'm really happy you're here because I finally have a chance to ask you a little bit about your mysterious social media moments. You're a little renowned for spitting some stuff out that maybe you regret a little bit later. So here are a couple of the gems I think we wanted to show you.
Are you going to play a video? Oh my God.
Oh, no, that
God.
didn't quite work out.
Yeah.
Oh, friend. Well, so that, for people who don't know, was after, or that was before you got 3-0'd by CLG in the summer season 5 finals. No, get away from it. What goes through your mind when do you care? Like, are you concerned at all about like when this goes wrong, the ramifications? You just like fire it off and don't worry.
I actually really stopped caring so much about what other people think. It used to drive me a lot. Oh, what does this person think about me? What do the fans think about me? And then you become really trapped and encased in other people's opinion of you. And once I became less insecure and more secure with how I, like, who I am as a person and what I like, what I don't like, I just am myself and I cannot care about other people's opinion. I do think there's ramifications to action, so you shouldn't just be like, I don't know, like go and shoot someone or do something incredibly rude just because you want to be an asshole. But you should be okay with, and you should feel good about like who you are and just do the stuff you want to do.
Right.
Even if you're blatantly wrong, like there.
I could have been right. I could have been wrong. Like
Sure.
I'll be fine with, I'll be more happier with one outcome. But if it doesn't go my way, it's not like that's the end of the world for me.
What about maybe a little bit further in the past where you ate your words a little bit previously as well?
Okay. Oh God. This is like when you have. Screw you. This is when. What if it's. Okay, so if you go back to anyone's MySpace, you'll just know like that person, like that's their probably most teenage angsty kind of moments, and then you'll be like, oh, blah blah blah, this person crazy. That was a very emo time of mine. I do not wish to go back to it, but whatever, it's part of.
Are those lyrics crushed hearts and broken dreams?
Just shut up! Just shut up, Mark!
It's not going away.
Shut up!
For people who don't know, that was when he was going to try to qualify as Quantic into NA, and he didn't quite make it.
God.
Yeah. Do you you cut out the hand gestures as you've grown? Was that part you left behind, or do you still throw those out there? I don't actually follow you on Snapchat or anything like that. You still throw them out?
Just in case.
You're learning from Cam Newton, I see. Your Twitter's full of Cam Newton Superman stuff.
I love Cam Newton.
Why do you like Cam Newton so much?
I think he's a tier 1 quarterback. I think.
Esports terms.
Screw you, Stephen A.
Yeah.
I think Cam's a really good role model. And like recently in the Broncos game where he's just getting like pummeled and then they're not calling what if it fouls on it, because I mean definitely like you can't just go up to someone and headbutt it. And that's what's happening.
All right, we're not here for a football analysis. I appreciate it, but that's one last
show somewhere else in the building.
Yeah, one last little clip to show you from this.
What is it?
Execution is good and he's good at adjusting. If
Oh,
you can
God.
really read streamers that's coming across this map, these probes desperately trying to do something. Look at that smile, GG! He takes the series, ladies and gentlemen. Jaedong advances on to Toronto after a...
How has your relationship been with Jaedong?
So it actually started with, I mean, there was no relationship. I was just a random fan that really liked Jaedong. Like I was just
you
random
really
Twitch
liked
viewer.
it.
Like
Yeah, you were.
But there were no Twitch back
huge
then.
Fan of Jaedong.
I was just sitting in front of my TV watching Jaedong and being like, holy shit, this guy is so freaking good. And then I became a pro player and I became a little bit closer to Jaedong and like I was in his world. Like we're living in the same world now.
Have you met him?
Yeah.
Have you met him after that the video that everyone knows what I'm talking about?
I met Jaedong a few times, and during when I was a pro player, we actually used to text, and like he would give me advice sometimes, and I would ask him about stuff. And we actually did a really long-formed interview once, me and Jaedong in Korea. So
wow, sounds pretty serious. Congratulations, I'm happy.
Don't worry, baby, you're still my number one.
Oh my God, you're clearly not afraid to come across a little like an idiot on social media. But now it's going to be your chance to do so as well in the guess game.
Okay.
So don't make fun of the title. Everyone says that.
Okay.
This week we're going to be playing a game called Band. Like last week, I'm sure it's something that most people at home are familiar with. You'll receive a word on the top
And
of a
then
little
we
card.
talk about people that are banned. Monty.
No, oh my God.
Dominate.
No, that's not quite the game.
Too soon.
You'll have a number of...
XJ9.
No, still not the game
Very
as much
bad.
as you might want it to be. What it is, you get a word at the top of your card and a bunch of words you can't say, and you try and get me to guess the word at the very top without using any of the banned words. You'll have 2 minutes to go. Taylor has prepared some cards. Maybe he wants to hand those out.
I will give you, let's say, I'll give you a handful
Four,
of these guys.
five,
4
I
or
don't know,
5,
something.
somewhere in that range.
You'll have 2 minutes to go. Show the card to the audience so they can see what I'm supposed to be guessing. I won't look. I'm a little bit of a cheater, but
You looked last week. Don't look this time.
I looked
man.
beforehand last week. I kind of looked beforehand this week too. Anyways,
Peak gate.
let's start. All right, we got. Okay, I'm ready. I see the time on the clocks.
All right, so.
Hold it up.
Okay.
You gotta get me.
You
to
know what
guess.
it is.
Yeah, I see
You
what
can see
it
it?
is.
Okay, you
Let's
got
see.
it.
Let's see. All right. Yeah, we got
All right.
this. All right. You can't say those words.
So I can't say these
You can't
words?
say those words.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Anime boy shooting.
Naruto.
No. Anime boy shooting energy beams.
Ezreal?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Let's see if I can do this real quick.
Oh no, we're not alternating.
Oh,
Loco
are we
just
not
goes for 2
alternating?
minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
who
okay,
can get
fine.
the most?
Okay. Small Yordle that hulks.
Nar?
Okay.
The Hulks.
Yeah, Yolks.
Okay. Sushi lady.
Nami?
Yeah.
Oh my God, Loco's a beast.
Okay. So when a girl shows you her. When a
Show
girl
to the
shows
camera.
you
Make sure the camera
breast.
knows what's going on.
Boobs?
when a girl shows you her breast in a quick movement.
Flashing?
Yeah. Or
Oh, flash. Okay.
Okay.
Oh God.
all right. The most. The
Oh my-
second most toxic. Oh, how do okay? Donger, Dignitas,
Cutie pie?
and then worked with you. Dignitas and then worked with you.
I will dominate.
There you go.
I
got
got
all
it. All right,
five
so
of
you got
them.
5.
I only have 4 cards.
You
'cause
went before the time. You barely took a minute. So
You were
we'll do like some kind of race thing. Whoever gets it faster.
Yeah,
Taylor,
alright.
it's your turn. I doubt you'll beat him, but you may as well try.
I might as well try. All right. You guys ready?
Yes.
All right.
I'm ready.
So this is probably the best team in the world during the early years of League of Legends, well before the LCS started, from an Asian region that is not Korea. It is
TPA?
no. Earlier.
Earlier
Yeah.
from the Asian region.
Yeah. And they won what is arguably the best tournament of all time.
It's not Mig Blaze or whatever?
No, it is the
It's
team
not
that is-
Frost or Blaze.
No. They had the mid laner who basically invented the way to play TF.
Oh, Messiah.
Yeah, but what is the team
World
that
Elite.
he's on? Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Perfect.
Jeez.
There's another champion. It is a
Can you say champion?
yeah.
Okay.
It's not on the card.
Well, I mean, Loco's not checking. You could be cheating.
I could be cheating. She is small, a small human person.
Tristan. It's human.
Yeah, a
Small.
young human person.
Okay. A young, small
And
human
it was one of the
girl.
original 30 champions.
Annie.
There you go.
Okay.
I'm bad at this apparently. This guy is currently banned a lot in solo queue. He's played.
Aurelian Soul.
He runs around on. Oh crap! He's
can't
very
say
fast. He's very
Is this
fast.
Kled?
No. It is an animal, sort of half animal, half human.
Half animal, half human, runs fast.
Runs fast.
And he's banned a lot.
And he's banned a
Hecarim.
lot. There you go. Boom.
Okay.
And finally, wherever we're looking here, wherever this, somewhere up there, this is a. Damn, I wrote down. I made these cards and I kind of screwed myself here. He's won it all twice. One of the 2 players who have done so. He's the primary carry on his team.
Oh, Faker?
Yeah, there you go.
Oh.
Done. I think I lost.
Yeah, probably. That felt like it took longer.
Yeah, it definitely took longer. I'm way worse at this than Loco.
I'm
is.
surprised Loco's good at word games.
Why?
I don't know. You're just like not the most eloquent person usually.
Are you what?
Even I think that's harsh.
You think that's harsh? No, like
I write poetry.
Can you give me an example?
Yeah, where
Broken Knives Crash.
Oh, no! What song? Is that from a song? I want to go back and listen to
that
it.
has to be a song.
It's got to be
That
some
cannot
like
be a song.
scenester, like. What is it from? Is it actually from anything or no?
I forgot what it was from. I listened to a lot of angsty music back
Yeah,
then,
that-
so it's probably
It
from
sounds
the
like
song.
Avenged Sevenfold. We can go with that.
Sure. Anyways, Loco, we'll declare you the winner just because you impressed me at least. This week, the prize is the same as last week's prize because Kobe didn't take it. It is a broken Ezreal statue. You will get the base, and just because I'm so giving, you can also have the top half. I mean, we're really just trying to actually get rid of this thing, so just take that home with you.
Please, so we don't have to throw it away.
Loco, thank you for coming out and joining us. It has been a real pleasure. Please come back and see us sometime, preferably much, much later down the road. Taylor, thanks to you as well. It's been great having you. That is all the time we have for Late Night League, but stay tuned because after the break, Tilted is up next. Come check out another fresh and delicious episode of Late Night League next week with more news, more Mark Z, and another special guest. With that, we will leave you with another moment from the annals of true esports history. For all of us at Late Night League, have a good afternoon.
The year's 1920. The place, Detroit, Brazil. The great prohibition on gaming has begun. An establishment known as WISA starts. Their credo, we will limit the power of these esports players and stop them from bringing evil to Twitch TV. After the establishment of WISA, esports players are forced to go into hiding and play in game easies if they want to get any competition. A hero of the people known as Dyrus, along with his friend John Dillinger and Dyrus' faithful companion Mr. Pillow, decide to take on WISA. After the battle, known as World Season 5, John Dillinger was dead, Mr. Pillow was leaking feathers, and Dyrus decided to retire. The people were so distraught with his leaving that WISA was forced out of existence. This has been a true esports story. I'm Buddy Hutton.